What's up, everybody? I'm Greg Miller, and this is IGN's Host with the Most, Damon Hatfield.
What's up, everybody?
Damon, over on IGN.com, you posted a list of your favorite games. We're here to talk about your number one pick, Super Mario.
Ichiban, Mario 64, my favorite game of all time for the Nintendo 64 Entertainment System.
I remember that. It was the fun machine,
Yeah,
had a whole bunch of crazy colors.
Nintendo 64, the fun machine. That was.
They didn't think hard on that when there's like video games, put it on the box, go. Why?
Well, so many reasons.
Yeah?
I've been thinking about this.
Okay, good.
Mario 64 represents exactly what I want out of a video game.
Okay.
You know, everyone has their own reasons for why they play games. They have their own things that they look for. This is what I look for in a video game, which is I want to be transported to a new world and allowed to explore it at my own pace.
Okay.
That's what I want to do in a video game. And it, not only is that it taught me that at the time that, before that, I probably wouldn't have, if you asked me what I liked about video games, I probably wouldn't have had an answer, but.
Graphics!
Yeah, the graphics. I was 18 when Super Mario 64 came out, so I'd been playing games for, 13 years at that point, But this is the first time that I played a 3D game, a 3D game, it changed everything.
It's so hard, I think, for people to understand now what that meant when the walls fell down and you could take Mario in any direction you want. Yeah.
But Nintendo was so smart about how they programmed the levels and then how they programmed the controls. It didn't feel like you picked it up almost right away.
Right.
There wasn't a steep learning curve. So yeah, I've been playing games, for a long time. I was 18. That's kind of like a, coming of age. I wouldn't say you're really an adult at 18 in America these days. But I just gone to college. I moved out of the house. I was on my own. I took my Nintendo 64 to college, and I was, adjusting to these big changes in my life and playing Super Mario 64. And it was blowing my mind with how different it was and how technologically advanced it was.
So for you then, what's the definitive moment from it? When it's blowing your mind as you're playing level after level?
I think there are a lot of conventions in Mario games, right?
Yeah.
You're running, jumping on Koopas, and hitting coin blocks.
Yeah.
But doing it in a 3D world for the first time. Going to that first level and just looking way up at the top of the level and figuring I'm going to be able to I'm going to get all the way up there.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I spent the entire my freshman year of college just in my dorm room. Instead of studying, I probably don't think I did any studying. I was just playing Mario 64.
You made a lot of friends.
I had a roommate. We played together, except my roommate wasn't as big a gamer as me, and it made him dizzy. The 3D-ness of it, he was he wasn't ready.
He's this will never catch on.
He wasn't ready for the 3D-ness of it. Also, I should note, Mario 64 is important to me because it introduced me to IGN. Because at the time I was, it was 1996. Internet was, rising.
Just getting going.
It was very new for me, and I was I heard you can go online and to look for secrets, and I'm trying to find all the stars, and that led me to n64.com,
right?
Which eventually became IGN.com. And I've been reading IGN ever since then. Until I ended up actually working here.
And now you don't read it at all?
No,
I don't even care what's happening on there. If it's not in video, I ain't gonna watch it.
Yeah, Mario 64.
That's a great pick and a good story, Damon.
Thanks.
I like you. You're gonna go far, I think, on video. You have a future in it.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can check out Damon's full list over at IGN.com. But then you can keep coming back for more videos like this right here on whatever device you are consuming IGN through or from. I hope it's those Google contacts.
The Google contacts? I haven't heard about
Hey,
those.
this is Craig Harris. I'm the editor-in-chief of the IGN Nintendo DS channel. And so you basically went out and bought a Nintendo DS, and you're wondering what the best game of that system is, or you're trying to be convinced which games can be played on the Nintendo DS hardware. What's the point of the two screens? Well, Nintendo's answer to that is the launch title Super Mario 64 DS. And I have to say that it is a really good conversion of an 8-year-old game. In fact, the Nintendo DS version looks night and day better than the N64 version. Even though the Nintendo DS can't do texture filtering, the developers of the Nintendo DS version went in and actually upgraded the texture work of the N64 level designs, and you'll notice that there's a lot more changes in the way things look. The environments and the characters, they all look much better from a distance. When you actually get up close, they're a little more pixelated than what the N64 version is, because there is no texture filtering, and the N64 actually put that to use pretty well. But all in all, the Nintendo DS version of Mario 64 looks much better than the original game on the N64. So you have 4 playable characters. You have Yoshi, Mario, Luigi, and Wario, and each of the characters have their own special, unique abilities. Mario, Wario, and Luigi are essentially the same. They have the same moves, but they're tweaked ever so slightly to take advantage of each character's personality. Mario's the overall normal character. Luigi has a bit of a spazzy jump. And Wario is kind of the big lug. He can like punch things and take down walls and bigger boulders and stuff like that. And that actually comes into play in some of the levels. This game was made for a system that took advantage of analog control. The N64 was the first console that actually introduced out of the box an analog stick. So Nintendo created a game to get people to use it, and that was Super Mario 64, and it did it really well. The control was really done really well on the Nintendo 64. Now, it's kind of an odd thing that the launch title for the Nintendo DS is a port of a game that, focused on analog control, and the system itself doesn't have an analog stick. So you can play the game with the D-pad, using a button combination to run and walk, which does kind of get clunky. Or you can do what Nintendo programmed into the game and use the lower touchscreen as a virtual analog stick. It works. It doesn't work as well as it should, and I don't think it'll ever work, quite as nice as an analog stick. But it shows that at least Nintendo's addressing the issue of the lack of analog stick on the Nintendo DS. What Nintendo has added to the game are unlockable mini games that actually are made specifically for the Nintendo DS's 2 screens touchscreen. Actually, some of the mini games that Nintendo have created for this game turn out really well, and it's actually encouragement to go through the adventure so you can unlock and see exactly what the designers have come up with for dual screen touchscreen. As it stands, Mario 64 is still a great game as a handheld game, and in fact it works really well for the handheld because it's such a pick up and play game. Pick up your system, get a star, save your game, turn it off for great for 5-minute bursts, and that's what the handheld market really kind of caters itself to. Mario 64 DS, great game. It's not the killer app. It's not going to sway you to the dual screen, touch screen side if you haven't been convinced already, but if you really wanted the Nintendo DS, this is the game to get, and I think you really should add this to your collection as the first game, because it really shows off what the system's capable of doing, even if there are a couple things that it doesn't do quite nicely.